Okay, so I was right about that. It is the power storage that I need. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a flux duct, and I'm just going to use this one. I don't necessarily need to use this one. I can use the resonant version of the flux ducts. Don't use the redstone one if you're going to build a reactor this large, because this size in this configuration will do about 25,500 RF per tick. So that is fine for the resonant, but it is not fine for the just normal redstone ones. Alright, so what else are we going to need? We actually are going to need some redstone cables. Yeah, this is fine. Now we're going to need these to attach to this. Now I want this to be back here. What I could do, let's put this, yeah, I'll just put this here. I'm thinking about how I want the cables to be. Now I can change this later if I so desire, which I probably will at some point when I set up more than one of these. This will eventually fill up as soon as I turn this on, but we need to do a few more things before we turn that on. And this doesn't need to be set up right away, so I'm not going to just yet. What I need to do is to get this guy over here connected to the back of this. So let's go ahead and I'll do it centered on this. Oh, I need to change the mode again. Alright, so yeah, 3x3 is fine. Let's go ahead and put these back down here. See how much easier this is? Now imagine it doing it in a 9x9 area. Think of how great that would be in clearing out stuff like that. Alright, so that should be fine. But I'm going to go down. Actually, I don't think it is. Alright. Let's just turn it back to 1x1 for a moment. Now see if you need to change that a lot, how annoying that would be. Alright, I need to go down one more. Okay, change it back to a 3x3. Ta-da! Alright. Now let's go ahead and we don't need that on there. Let's do this. And actually have them connect because, you know, they're not going to be any good to me if they're not connected. Alright, does that go all the way? Good. And we can come around back here and go like this. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit wasteful, but I think I'll just use applied energistics for everything over here. Instead of using, like in my creative world, I ended up using a bunch of just normal item ducts, but I can use these. That's fine. Alright, so we can put one here, and one here, and I'm going to need one coming over here as well. I guess I'll do like this. Whoops! Yeah, see how that can be a problem? And one more, I guess. Then we can go like that. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and turn this back to a 1x1. That way I don't demolish a bunch of stuff. You can set it to safe mode on, but if you're anywhere near a block... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Like this, it's not going to want to... Are we back to having that pop up all over the place? I hate that. It's blinding. Alright. Go like that, and like that. I thought it was fine just a second ago. Maybe I just didn't notice it. And I'm talking about the little box that pops up. Alright. Actually, I can have the water come in through the back. I'll be fine. I'm trying to see if it'll just go away. Let's put it over here, I guess. There we go. Yeah. Oh, pff. Yes, right over my mini-map. I was like, where can I put it that it's not going to be in the way? I guess I can put it right there. That's fine. There we go. Alright. Now, we need water set up for this. I guess I can go ahead and do that. That's not a very complicated thing. I wasn't actually planning on it, but that's fine. We need water. So let's put our aqueous accumulator in here, and it doesn't need power. So it's not going to be a big deal. Put that back there. I'll need these. Don't need that. Alright. Oh, I do need fluid ducts for this, though. Let's run over here and grab some. Should have plenty. Yeah, and I only need temperate ones. I'm not going to have lava or anything running through them, so temperate's fine. Alright, let's go like this, and let's get rid of that. Not necessary, but... Oh, right. So this over here works exactly like you would think it does. Alright, so we have... Through the back, we're going to have water, so let's go ahead and change it to blue. Now, this already has red around it, and this has green around it. So we'll set up... we can do red on the left side and green on the right side. And we should have power as soon as we turn the system on. Now, I need this connected. So I'm going to go through the side over here, just in case I need to get down here. Okay. Now, what else do we need? We need 2 imports and 2 exports. Okay. So we'll type in bus. Now we need 2 of these. Next, start. And we need 2 exports. So next, start. There's our import buses, and we'll go ahead and toss these all in here. Shouldn't need those anymore, but I can pick them up if I need to. Don't need the extra cobble, and that should be good. Don't think I'll actually need these either, but we'll keep them in our inventory for now. Alright, so those are our export buses. Alright, so we need to export Elorium right there, and actually I want to export the I can't remember what it's called. Plutonium? Yeah, that's it. It's plutonium. Plutonium in there as well, so we're going to need to expand that. You can see it took a while to turn blue, but it eventually did. Alright, so we need, and this is an import, right? Yep, so we need to import there. And again, over here, we're going to import and export. So let's come over here. We're going to need the Elorium, and I'm not going to be able to program the others until I have the byproduct. But let's go ahead and put Elorium in there, and it should start putting it in here in a second. Should. It is. That's an export bus, right? Yeah, export. Oh, right. Okay, so it's filling up. That's what's going on. I was like, what is going on? Yep, okay, there we go. It's starting to put them in there, but it's just going to take a little while because I don't have any upgrades for it. But as you can see, the fuel status is going to be updating, and they have just a tiny bit in there at the moment because they're obviously not anywhere near full. But that'll increase over time. Alright, so we can export through here, but like I said, I can't set it up yet. And this isn't going to... Do you already have too many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No? I wonder why these are still that color. Very odd. They might not connect to this block. I had that problem trying to fix it up using the Ender IO stuff, so I might need to actually set it up. But it's working with this one, so that would make a lot of sense. I might still need to, but I'll play around with it and see. Alright, so I'll let this fill up, and I'll be back in a second. Alrighty folks, so it is all nice and full. As you can see, the Yellorium is flowing through there nicely. It automatically turns it into a liquid, and it automatically turns the waste from liquid into a solid, so that's really nice. But you can see over here, let's just do this to get this to go away. But as you can see here, we've got the full fuel core status over here. This is casing heat. This is core heat. And as you can see, they have different things here that talk about. So heat of the reactor's casing raises energy output and coolant conversion. Core heat raises fuel usage. Okay, and it just depends on how we design it in the middle, but we talked a little bit about that earlier. How you can use metals. You can also use iron and gold and such to use in the interior as well to raise the heat. And it has its own energy storage. So let's go ahead and turn it on. So activate reactor. As you can see, it raises really quickly. There are other mods that end up having the heat raise pretty slowly, but with our design, it works pretty well. Alright, so why are you not transferring all your energy? I've got it on power storage. Oh, right. Okay, so blocked. We need to energy send only, and that should drain all the power. Yep, all the power is gone. But as you can see right here, that is a lot of energy. A lot of energy. This right here shows the reactivity. So that just is basically the balance of how quickly your ingots are used up. Here's the burn rate. So as you can see, it's pretty high, but it's actually, for the amount of energy that we're getting, it's not bad. And the control temperature, the core temperature, that's pretty darn hot. That is extremely hot. But all in the course of making this reactor, that's kind of normal. Alright, so over here we have our stack of Yellorium ingots, and over here as the ingots are used up, which is actually going to take a pretty decent amount of time, it's going to make... Oh, actually, you know what? They're probably going to be gobbled up almost immediately. Let's see if we have any ingots in our system just yet. Alright, and that's going to be not plutonium, but... Yes, actually, we already have several. So, here's our cyanide ingots. And I can show you exactly how these work. Hopefully. Now, if I put this in here, is it actually going to do anything? I don't think it is. Because for some reason, it doesn't recognize it. Now, if I set up a chest, let's see if I can do it that way. Alright, so I know this episode's running a little bit long, but I'd like to get all this done in the same episode. Alright, so chest. Let's go and do this one. And we'll have some item ducts. Do I have any better ones? Do I really want to use impulse item ducts? Not really. But that's fine. That is fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring our wrench out. Okay. And the reason I didn't really want to use this is because I'm going to need to have some other stuff set up as well if I want to do it this way. Okay. So I'll have our chest right there. To do this, I'll need an export bus. Let's see if it'll actually change color. You better work. Yeah, it's not working. Oh, nope, there we go. Alright, so from here I want to export cyanite. And that should show up in here. Yep, there we go. There's our first one. And then from here, I'm going to also need... Yeah. You know, I'm going to put an import bus on here as well. I'm going to not... I don't want to import everything. I want to just do the blue stuff. So I'm going to leave that disconnected for the moment. But let's go ahead and have this guy come up like this. Okay. And then I'll need one that comes down. Oh, I need to get rid of that. Like this. I don't want to have them... See, I don't really want to have them connect like that. Maybe... I don't know if I have enough ducts to do this. Yes, I do. Alright, good. See, I don't want it to just go around in a circle. That would be bad. I could set a filter, but I'm just going to do it like that for now. I'll probably clean it up at a later date. But I need to have a servo. I'll just do a hardened servo. That should be fine. Not that the other ones are all that expensive, really. But, alright, so let's go ahead and do disabled. And this should, yep, there we go. It's going along in there, and as you can see, it's starting to process. Good. That is perfect. And over here, we should have the plutonium. Which again, yep, plutonium. Awesome. Actually, I don't know if it's going to automatically extract. I think I might need... Yeah, I need another servo. Alright, servo. And might as well. I don't want to risk using a normal one because those are extremely slow. There we go. And it honestly doesn't really matter if this isn't full at all times, but it does matter that this is not full, right? So, yeah, that should be fine. And I can put this in here to make sure that is what it imports. And then I can connect that up like so. And you should connect any second, and I actually can't get out of here. There we go. But you should connect. And if you do, then we have our reactor set up. Chop chop. Any day now. You can do it. Hey. Work. Okay, so it's working now. I ended up setting up a P2P tunnel to make sure that this was all on just one channel. But it's working now, so that's the important thing. And I should have a good amount of the stuff going into the system of both cyanide. Actually, I shouldn't have any cyanide in here. Yep, and I don't. But I do have some plutonium. I've got 11 ingots at the moment, so let's go ahead and just dump all this stuff back in here. I want to have this in my bag, but this should be, yeah, it's cooking along nicely. And it stays at somewhere between 25.4 and 25.6. It goes a little bit above 5 depending on the tick. But if we go down there, we should see that it's getting a good amount of power. And it's actually astonishing how much power that one of these pumps out at a time. So yeah, if we look down there, look at how much the power is changing per. That is a lot. It builds up very, very, very quickly. Now, I had a small one of these, I think it's a tier 3, and it was full in about 5 minutes. So, one of those, actually I think I had 2 of these size generators running. So, yeah, that was a little bit ridiculous. I originally made one of these in my creative world several months ago. So I went ahead and made another one just to make sure I knew what I was doing. That's usually a fairly important aspect, knowing what you're doing. But we've got this working. Not sure why it wouldn't connect. The AE system wouldn't connect to this thing. It's probably an oversight. As I mentioned earlier, the Ender IO wouldn't connect to it either. But it's working. And like I said, that's the important part. So using a small little chest system is not really a big deal. And impulse item ducts, while, they're not cheap because they do take energized glowstone to work, they're not that hard to get, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, this might be a little bit overkill, but this is, as you can see, not... Actually, no, that says 96,000 RF, so using one of these should be fine. I thought it was 9.6 thousand. Let's see the differences between them. So they're flux ducts. Alright, so these are obviously out of the question. Yeah, this says 8,000 RF a tick. I wonder if it was changed in the files. Oh, that's storage. Right, okay, so the difference in this, as you can see right here, it doesn't have anything in it at the moment. As you can see, it just says, and Wayla up there, it just says cryo-stabilized flux duct. These actually have storage. This one does not. And you can see this by, if you go over here, it says has no residual capacities. Or, I don't think capacitance is a word. It might be, but basically it just has no storage within the cable itself. But these all do. Now, this one is the one that I could use. It has 32 RF or 32,000 RF per tick. So you can use the resonant flux ducts, but by that point you know, these are actually pretty darn expensive. We can go ahead and click on them. They take the Enderium. Now these take cryothium, but it's easier to get cryothium than it is to get Enderium because Enderium takes shiny metal. So to make the cryo-stabilized ones, you just need these redstone ones, so you don't need to make the Enderium ones. So I kind of think that these are actually easier to get than these, but it just depends. If you've got a bunch of shiny, then that's cool, but I find that shiny is actually a limiting factor a lot of the time. I've got a bunch right here. 600 and... oh, was that 50, 60, 70, 607, 570, right. Okay, yeah. 570, which is quite a bit, but if you're using these over a long, distance, they can burn up really quickly. Like, say if I was doing power, yeah, all of these right here, if I was using the resonant ones, oh my gosh, that would get real expensive real fast. But it's not like these are cheap. Anyway, so I'm going to stop rambling now, and we are going to go ahead and end the episode. But I've got a bunch of power going now, which is really nice. I could build another one of these, but for now, this is more than enough. And I can start running my quarry, and I think at least doing the quarry by itself should be fine. But we'll see. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you're interested in making one of these, hopefully it's helpful. And yeah, that's going to be it until next time. So until then, hope you all have a wonderful day.